what's going on, guys? It is Rinne-Hatake here, back with another video, and today we got What If Goku Was Born with God Ki, the movie. This will be the final part to it all. This will be the movie to the whole series. But without further ado, let's begin. In the age 736, there was a Saiyan child that was born, and his name would be Kakarot, but later changed to Goku. As a child, Goku would be lower than any Saiyan of planet Vegeta. Goku doesn't even qualify as a low-class Saiyan. But Bardock didn't believe the other Saiyans due to the fact that whenever Kakarot's power level is unsensible, his hair changes from black to red. Not only that, Kakarot gets slimmer. These notable changes led Bardock to believe his son will be the savior to their race. During the time Bardock came back from his mission to conquer another planet, he starts getting strange visions of Kakarot as an adult defeating Frieza and Frieza destroying planet Vegeta. This sets alarms off in Bardock, so he tries to warn the other Saiyans, but they refuse to listen to Bardock, thinking he's mad or lost it. Bardock thought, if they won't listen to me, at least my son will be safe, as he steals a space pod and takes it to an abandoned part of his planet and takes Rinne with him. Rinne, during the whole time, was sobbing and crying. As she cried, Bardock, why are you taking our son away like this? Bardock replying, well, Rinne, your kindness has rubbed off on me, and now I want to save something. Just this once. And I want to save my son from total annihilation. As Rinne continues crying and starts telling Kakarot what she said in canon, and so does Bardock, and they send Kakarot off to planet Earth just like normal. And Frieza blows up the whole planet, which covers Kakarot basically disguises Kakarot's space pod with the explosion. So it looks like everything's destroyed, so Frieza doesn't notice. And during Kakarot's trip, basically, there was a bit of turbulence that set him off course and set him a lot further away from where his intended spot was, and that would be planet Earth. But he was sent to another dimension, to the world of the Kais, landing on the planet of the Kais, and Goku was let out of the space pod, and as he starts walking around, looking around for any sign of life, and Kibito and Shin saw the space pod land, and Kibito asked, Supreme Kai, have you let anyone enter our planet? And Shin replying, no, I haven't. Maybe someone is intruding on our planet. As Shin checks the ship as he sees a boy, a Saiyan child who is walking around their planet, as Kibito charges at the Saiyan child and he yells, die, you filthy mortal! Kibito wasn't too fond of mortals at this time due to the fact that they cause a lot of war and conflict. So he's basically kind of like a Zamasu figure, but he doesn't want to destroy every single human or any single mortal. He doesn't want to do that. He just doesn't like the mortals too much. But seeing one now, he wants to destroy it right now. But Shin yells at Kibito saying, Kibito, enough! As Kibito stops in his place, as Kakarot looks at Kibito, and Kakarot gets into his fighting stance, as he starts trying to attack wildly, and his rowdy nature, was hard to get over at first. And Shin tried talking to him, but he would not reply. So Shin had to pause Kakarot, basically freeze him in the spot that he was in. Basically had to teach him from scratch, teaching him manners and making him, basically have manners, proper education, so he's not gonna be dunce or stupid like he was in canon. But during the time that he was in Shin's planet, Goku showed Shin that he had godly abilities like no other. Shin would see Kakarot enter his godly power, and Shin was not expecting this from a mortal child, and especially Saiyan. And the Saiyan has grown on both Shin and Kibito, and Kibito kind of became an uncle figure to Kakarot, and Kakarot's father figure would be Shin, but he still remembers his past since he never bumped his head. But Shin decided to call his stay call Kakarot basically Goku. Basically, he just decided to call him Goku instead of Kakarot, the same name he was given, and Goku didn't like it at first, but soon adopted the name Goku. He became fond of the name, liking it very much. And all the time he spent on Shin's planet, he learned proper manners. And if you guys hear a big truck outside, apologies. It's a big truck passing by. Do not know what that truck's doing. But we move on from all that background noise. Goku did not just learn how to basically learn new manners and have proper education. He actually uses martial arts techniques. Starts learning how to fight, and he basically fights like a Kai, and the Kais, as you know, aren't that strong. And in my opinion, Kais are very weak. Why I say that? Because Goku, not even in Super Saiyan God, in Dragon Ball Z, could easily eradicate Shin in Super Saiyan, and not even Super Saiyan 2. So, Frieza, if Shin was strong, he could destroy Frieza, but he can't since he's a god of creation, not destruction. But he would try to stop anyone, right? But it's just my personal opinion that Shin isn't truly that strong. But we move from that. And Goku is training like the Kais, and he's actually much weaker in the part of fighting, in the art of fighting, basically, since he doesn't have the same knowledge as he would have if he landed on Earth. But the power gap makes up for all of that. Goku's power, his power level would be at 1,000 by the time that he finishes his training as a he's basically like few years old, not like 3, but he's about the age of like 12 or 13 at this time. His power level would skyrocket from the measly power level of 2 to the power level of 150 by the end of the training. And it isn't that much of a big power gap or power level increase, but it's good enough for Goku for now. As he continues training, and during the time, he's basically the same age now. I'm gonna do a time skip to about the same age as he was, not during the Saiyan Saga, but during the martial arts tournament where he fought King Piccolo's, reincarnation, Piccolo Jr. He's about that age now, and his power is skyrocketing to about the power level of 5,000 at this point. 5,000 is because he's been training, and Shin is giving him he gave him the Z sword basically. That's why he increased a lot of power, because as you know, if you train with the Z sword, you get a power boost very quickly. So that's why Goku is already at 5,000 as he goes down to Earth, because Shin ordered him to go down to Earth to solve this mortal problem that has been going on, and that mortal problem in Earth would be King Piccolo. And most of Earth is basically destroyed due to the fact that no one was actually there to stop King Piccolo from ruling over Earth. And Goku wiped the floor with King Piccolo. He spit out the egg, and basically Goku decided to take the egg with him. And the egg hatched, and there was a Namekian. It was King Piccolo's reincarnation, and Demon King Piccolo's reincarnation, and he decided to try and train him. And Shin thought it was a good idea. Kibito thought it was horrible, But Shin said, well, Kibito, if you think about it, if Goku has been training with the Kais, he should be able to teach someone this evil to become pure and good-hearted, or kind-hearted, due to the fact that we have trained him. He is our student, so let's see if he can teach this demon creature to become, well, good, basically. You know, the Kais are pretty good and stuff. Well, yeah, except Zamasu, but everything is pretty good. Everything's good. So, Goku basically starts teaching Piccolo everything that he's learned from the basics to more expert kind of level of stuff. And Piccolo decided to change up. He isn't bad anymore. He starts changing from bad to good. And this is finally the time of the Saiyan Saga. And this is a bad sign because Goku doesn't have his kid, which would be Gohan. So Gohan ain't a thing right now. He isn't a thing. And without Gohan, Trunks' future, well, it's not gonna look too good. So yeah. And well, basically Raditz decided to show up, and he actually landed in the Kai's world, and he decided to start bad mouthing Kakarot, saying that he should have taken over this planet already, and all that. But that's about it. And Kakarot, well, decides to tell Raditz that what is he doing here and stuff like that, and Raditz tells Kakarot, well, Kakarot, I'm your brother. I am Raditz. And I'm here to recruit you to join our Saiyan squad. And our leader is the Prince himself, Prince Vegeta. And another person we have is Nappa. And Kakarot says, well, I decline your offer. Goku replies with, I decline your offer, as I've stated. And Raditz tells him, well, if you aren't gonna join me, then I'll destroy this planet and everything on it. As he begins trying to fight Kakarot, and Kakarot's basically using one hand to fight Raditz, and it's not that hard. He's destroying Raditz with one hand, and he's heavily suppressed. And he tells Piccolo, you will continue this fight for me. I'll test your abilities and see if you've improved or not. And Piccolo says, yes, master, as he comes in and kicks Raditz straight across the face, and he began fighting Raditz. And Piccolo's power level is at about the power level of 5,000 due to his training with Goku, and Goku's power level would be at about 10,000. Not 10,000, but yeah, just 10,000. Would be at about 10,000 now, and they basically wiped the floor with Raditz, and Raditz was destroyed. And the Saiyan Saga would be pushed back a little bit further due to the fact that they haven't heard of the Dragon Balls, and Goku has heard of them from Shin, but that's all he knows. And Shin tells Kakarot to basically head to Earth and discover life on Earth, as basically as a Kai in training to check out planet Earth to see how the inhabitants is going. And Kakarot tells Shin that he will, and they left, him and Piccolo. And I forgot to say that Kakarot did learn, or Goku did learn, the techniques of the Kais. The Kai, and the creation techniques that they have. Yeah, Goku knows that. Not to an ultimate degree, but he has mastered the Kai to the perfect degree. Because he thought this technique would be the most useful out of them all. So he's learned that pretty easily. And Piccolo has learned it too due to Goku teaching him the Kai technique. And they both teleport to Earth and started basically looking around. And well, Goku ran into Chi-Chi, bumping into her by accident as Goku helps her up. And this is their first interaction, and Goku actually starts getting a bit of feelings towards Chi-Chi, since he never met Chi-Chi in this time, and Chi-Chi starts to get feelings for him. So that's that. And soon enough, they start dating, and after that, they get to the relationship, and after that, they move to wedding, and then, boom, they're married. So yeah, been a while, and it's probably been like a month after they started their relationship, and then they became married, and then Gohan was born. So he is like he's born way later on. So the Saiyan saga is coming very soon right now. And Shin has told Goku that there will be trouble on Earth, so they need to train and get ready for any situation that's about to happen. And Goku tells Shin that he'll warn the Z fighters, as Goku tells every Z fighter that some Saiyans are going to be coming on planet Earth, or yeah, basically not planet Earth, but Saiyans are going to be coming to his planet, and he needs a bit of backup just in case they're stronger than expected. And they started training, and Piccolo, well, he started training with Kami. Well, not training with Kami. He didn't train Kami. Kami decided to tell Piccolo about the Room of Spirit and Time, and Goku and Piccolo entered the Room of Spirit and Time, and Gohan decided to join them, and they spent about 2 days in there, which is 2 years. Not Gohan, I'm so sorry. Gohan basically grew up a little bit, and he basically has God Ki within him due to the fact that Goku has God Ki. And Goku during this time was trying to master his God Ki and still training with Piccolo, and Piccolo got the most benefit due to the fact that he was training a lot, and Goku, his power level at this point would be at about 25,000, Piccolo close behind at 20,000, and Gohan close behind Piccolo would be at about 15,000, and Gohan is about a year or two late, but now that he's been in the time chamber, he's probably about a little older than, just about almost the same. He's basically the same age as Canon Gohan this time. So he basically aged up a little bit. But that's about that. That's all about that. And Goku decides to head back to, well, the planet, or Supreme Kai's planet, and decided to train for the Z Sword. Also training Gohan, and Goku starts meditating after a while of training, and his hair changes and his aura changes from his normal aura to a fiery red aura as he transforms into Super Saiyan God as he meditates, trying to calm himself, trying to calm everything down, and let himself be basically like water, calm, and lets everything flow as his God Ki begins to soar, as he basically starts harnessing his God Ki powers, and he has learned a lot from Shin and Kabito, so of course he would know a bit about God Ki due to the fact that Supreme Kai is basically a god and all. So he basically catches on real quick and learn how to tap into his God Ki pretty easily. But the reason why he went into the time chamber was to master it fully, and he mastered it to a certain degree, but now he's trying to, well, master to the point that he has no strain or stamina drain whatsoever, and it's gonna take a while, but he did do it in the time chamber to a pretty good degree, but now he's trying to fully do it. And Gohan decides to copy Goku, but he doesn't enter a fiery red aura, he just stays there meditating, calming himself, and he begins to glow a little bit, and Goku can sense the God Ki within Gohan, so Goku knows Gohan will be very strong. And the red ribbon problem was solved by, well, King Piccolo was around, so King Piccolo ended the red ribbon army. And so, yeah, that's that. But without further ado, let the Saiyan saga begin. So the Saiyans finally arrived at Supreme Kai's planet after a while, and they exit the space pods as their scouters basically started picking up high power levels. All the power levels of the Z fighters and basically the Kais were there. And the power levels that they were sensing were very high. The highest power levels there was at about 150,000. Close behind that power level would be at about 100,000. Right behind that, 75,000, and the rest would be at about close 50,000. All these power levels soar above even Vegeta's, and Vegeta was shocked beyond belief. Vegeta yells, "Their power levels are insane. I can't believe it. They brought Earthlings, and their power is surpassed even mine." As Vegeta gets angry and powers up to his maximum and tries to fight, the weakest one he thinks is the weakest one is Krillin. He tries to fight Krillin, but Krillin demolishes Vegeta in a fight. Vegeta does not stand a chance during this fight, and it was clearly obvious, but Vegeta still tries, and since they're in the world of Kais, he decided to use an artificial moon, and Goku's tail was cut off due to this transformation. As Vegeta turns into the Great Ozaru, as Nappa transforms too, knowing that he doesn't have a chance, or stands a chance, and the Great Ozaru transformation stacks up power level, and Nappa is probably the weakest there, a power level of 4,000, and the Ozaru form is a 10 times multiplier, so Nappa is at about 40,000, still weaker than Krillin, but don't get me wrong, they still pack a punch. But with their big size, they have a lot of weak spots, and Goku and the rest exploit it, and they were taken out pretty quickly. And Goku isn't as naive as he was in canon, so he decides to still let them go since he's a Kai in training and he can't really destroy them. But he did destroy, so he decides he is gonna destroy them, and this would end up with Vegeta basically dead, and so is Nappa. And before Vegeta died, he told Kakarot, Avenge our people. Avenge them, Kakarot. Avenge our people from Frieza." And Kakarot remembers those words as he remembers Frieza. What Shin told him about Frieza, as Goku knew he doesn't stand a chance in his base form, but he knows in his God form, he basically destroys Frieza. And since Piccolo was near Goku and trained with him, Piccolo actually has God Ki. He's basically absorbed a bit of God Ki through Goku being near him, so he was exposed to God Ki a lot earlier. So he's basically a godlike Namekian. And Gohan and Goku are Super Saiyan gods, like I've said. But during this time, no one really died, but Goku wants to go to Namek, since Shin told him about where Frieza was going, so he decided to train in the room of Spirit and Time yet again with Gohan and not Gohan and Goku, but Gohan and Piccolo, as they began training they trained there for not 2 years this time, but 3 years, as Goku comes out in Mastered Super Saiyan God. He mastered Super Saiyan God, and Gohan exits the room of Spirit and Time in Super Saiyan God. Now, Gohan actually has the power level of a pretty high power level, but you can't really sense Divine Ki, so it's really hard to tell. But I'm gonna say Gohan's power level in base form after this training would be at about past 1 million. It's over 1 million about this point. It's about like it's basically 3 million at this point. Goku at the in the lead, basically at not 3 million, but at 5 million. Piccolo close behind at 3.5 million. Or not 3.5 million. Yeah, not 3.5 million. At 4 million. Close behind. But yeah, they're all pretty strong right now, and they all decided to head to Namek, and they just teleported there since they learned the Kai Kai. Gohan hasn't really got the hang of it yet, but Goku did train Gohan, so he knows the Kai Kai. And about Chi-Chi, worrying about Gohan's studies, he knows Goku's smart and has a lot of knowledge, so she doesn't doubt that Goku will study Gohan. And yeah, basically their god forms have no stamina drain whatsoever, due to the fact that they mastered it. But Piccolo has finally accessed his version of Super Saiyan God. It's basically Super Namekian God, and not much changes. He basically just becomes slimmer and gets red eyes and has a fiery red aura. That's basically it. And well, well, while the while Gohan has his transformation, but Gohan is still scared of fighting. But he trained with Goku and Piccolo, and they had the intent to kill. And Kakarot's still Saiyan, and he did not bump his head, so he trained Gohan to get over the sphere during the 3 years. So Gohan and Piccolo taught, well, Goku and Piccolo taught Gohan to not be afraid of fighting. But yeah, that's basically it. And Chi-Chi saw Gohan for the last time, and Gohan told her everything that he did and how his studies have been going. And Chi-Chi is impressed with Gohan's studies and tells Goku that you better bring Gohan back safe or else. And Goku has a bit of a fear towards Chi-Chi when she gets angry. So Goku tells Chi-Chi, "Yup, I'm keeping him safe, no problems." And yeah, Goku is pretty terrified of Chi-Chi, so he promises this on his life, so Gohan ain't gonna go nowhere. As they teleport to planet Namek, and they aren't that late. They're a lot earlier actually. As they arrive, and they arrived on a random part of Namek, and they run into the Frieza soldiers, which would be the elite Frieza soldiers, Sarbon and Dodoria, as they were destroying a Namekian village, and Piccolo was rubbed the wrong way, as he, well, basically demolishes Zarbon and Dodoria, and Goku and the rest start healing up everyone who was hurt by the attack, and takes the Dragon Balls and took them to a safe spot, and Goku knew that these guys were all bad news, so he decides to basically pick up the pace and starts traveling around Namek. And he basically, I have been saying basically a lot, but he collected the other Dragon Balls, protecting other Namekian villages, and one Namekian village had Frieza in it, and Goku stared down Frieza. As Goku powers up to his max at 5 million, and this shocked Frieza a little bit, but all the scouters in the area blew up, and Frieza was not having it. He was ticked off as Frieza jumps down from his space pod thingy as he transforms into his second form as him and Goku start fighting, and Goku has a clear advantage here, and Frieza tries using his third form, and then he starts to pick up the pace a little bit, starting to get an advantage over Goku, but Goku still holds his own and uses his Kai Kai technique to confuse Frieza and still take the dub on Frieza, using strategy over just bronze and stuff, using his brain instead of just pure strength. And he teleports around, and Frieza doesn't know where he's coming from, as Frieza was quickly kneed straight in the gut as Frieza coughs. Was basically coughs out blood and was knocked into a mountain as Goku fires a Kamehameha wave that he learned from Krillin, and Frieza was hit with a Kamehameha wave at point blank range, and Frieza was not knocked out. He was more angry as he transforms, not into his third, but into his final form. And Goku can sense Frieza's power was immense. But Goku he basically starts transforming as he has a fiery red aura as the planet begins to shake as he yells. As he starts yelling, and you can hear a deafening roar from Goku as a bright reddish aura comes from Goku. The aura wasn't even sensible. He entered Super Saiyan God, and Goku, at this time, would be at about the same level, not the same level as, well, Broly movie Goku. He's not that level. He would be way too OP. That isn't his level of power. But to say the least, in Super Saiyan God, I'm gonna say Super Saiyan God. I'm just gonna do my best to do an oh my goodness, a very close power level to Super Saiyan God for Goku's power level. So I'm gonna try my best, and I'm gonna say Super Saiyan God's like a not 20,000 times multiplier, but a 2,000 times multiplier. But yeah, 2,000 times multiplier. So that would be way higher than expected. So that would be basically 500 million. But yeah, I'd say it about, if it was a 20,000 times multiplier, yeah, Goku's way too OP. A 5 yeah, 20,000 times multiplier. Yeah, it would be pretty OP. But yeah, I'm just gonna say 20,000 times multiplier instead of 2,000. So Goku's OP and destroys Frieza pretty quickly. And Goku powers down as he checks the planet and everything's okay. So planet Namek arc basically goes more of a safe kind of arc instead of a destruction of Namek and all that. And they collected all the Dragon Balls and wished that all the Namekians who were killed by Frieza's army and Frieza to be revived. All that happens. And that's all that they can really wish for. All that they really want to wish for. And the gift from Guru, the Elder Namekian, to Goku was Goku's potential was unlocked. And Goku's power level soars from 5 million to at about 6 million. And well, Piccolo's, he basically gets a power boost, and so does Gohan. So they're all stronger now. Gohan at about 4 million, Piccolo nearing Goku now at 5 million. So they're all pretty strong. But we move from that arc, and Goku doesn't go to Yardrat to learn any of the spirit vision and all that. He doesn't learn any spirit techniques due to the fact that he isn't actually on planet Yardrat. So they teleport back to planet Earth, and they continue their life on Earth as Goku goes to the Supreme Kai and asks Shin to train them more. And Goku continues training. And well, there is no Vegeta, and that's not really a good thing. But hey, it's more peaceful around. But we move from that, and Goku and everyone else is having a peaceful life until Dr. Gero decided to create the androids. But this time he isn't just gonna create any old androids. He created, well, Android 16, 17, and 18, just like normal. But he spent all of his other time not creating any more androids, but spent it on creating the bio android you know as Cell. And he's seen Goku's God Ki once when he basically used it against, well, the Demon King Piccolo, and he has Goku's God Ki, and he also has his son Gohan's power. And basically, Gohan, Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo, Kami, and he even got Frieza's due to the robot basically following Goku. No, they can't. I can't do that. They can't, because Goku teleported, so they can't really follow. So they don't have Frieza, which is a good thing, because Frieza's potential is deadly, very, very deadly. So yeah. Cell was awakened due to the fact that he had more time, and he broke free of the glass, and he speaks for the very first time, saying, "Ah, I'm free." as he looks around saying, "Where am I?" As, you know, Jiro says, "Well, my perfect creation. Feast your eyes on those androids and take them their power and destroy the Z fighters. Destroy the one known as Krillin." Since Krillin, this time around, actually took down the army and General Blue with the help of the rest of them, like Tien and all that, with their help, basically. So, yeah, that's that, basically. And, well, Cell killed Jiro, and, he basically stabbed him with his tail and absorbed both Android 16, 17, and 18. So he absorbed all three of them, getting an even bigger boost than normal, and Cell is exponentially stronger than before. And Goku can sense this evil key from the Supreme Kai's planet, and Gohan was there too, and Piccolo was there training, and they sense this evil key as they teleport down to that planet and see Perfect Cell. But this time, he's not Perfect Cell, he's Super Perfect Cell. Even though he doesn't have Super Saiyan, this is beyond normal. His power level is at about Super Saiyan 2 at his power level would be Super Saiyan 2, but since he has Goku's God form, basically, he's exponentially stronger. And, Cell says, "Well, son Goku, where is that bald-headed fool, Krillin?" As Cell begins laughing, saying, "Now I need to face that old fool, I need to face that fool. He destroyed something that Jiro made. Jiro's army, basically. The Red Ribbon Army. He destroyed the army, and Jiro wants revenge. But I want to destroy Krillin on my own will. I want to see how strong that bold man is, actually." As he began laughing, and Goku says, "Well, if you want to get to Krillin, you have to fight me." So, as Goku began fighting Cell, and Goku is stronger now, and he did master Super Saiyan God, and Cell is destroying Goku even in Goku's base form. Goku, during the time of his training, improved, and his base form is at about grade 4 Super Saiyan, and that isn't enough to take Cell. And Goku's trying his best, trying his hardest, but it still wouldn't budge. And Piccolo decided to join, and this became more of an even fight, but Cell powered up even further as he powered up, gaining a fiery red aura, as you can hear a deafening roar from Cell as his aura bursts. And you can see a not golden, but a red, fiery aura coming from Cell. As Cell says, well, this is the power of a god. You are no god, Saiyan. I am the real god. Cell powers up. But Cell doesn't really know how to control this form, even if he got Goku's DNA. And they did study Goku when he was at Earth for a while, but he never basically showed this god power too much. But since Cell has Goku's DNA, they can still access this power, as Goku accesses Super Saiyan God and rocks Cell. Even with Cell's Super Saiyan God form, he has not mastered it, and Goku is destroying Cell. But every time he punches and destroys a part of Cell, he regenerates, and Cell's a tricky opponent here, and Goku is struggling to keep him pinned down, so Piccolo decides to enter his Namekian God form as he starts fighting Cell as well, and this was easy for them, but Cell's potential isn't as strong as the normal Cell's potential due to the fact that he has Frieza's and King Cold's potential, but he is growing immensely during the fight, and during the fight, he actually overpowers both Goku and Piccolo. His potential is great, and having God Ki makes him have even more strength than before. And Gohan decides to join in, and his efforts were futile, even with Super Saiyan God. And Goku, as he was on the ground, as he starts punching around, saying, "No, how is this possible? I thought no one could rival our power." As Goku was picked up by the hair, as Cell blasted a ki blast through Goku's chest, straight through his heart, basically, killing Goku in the process. As Goku was kicked straight in the face into a mountain, as Goku's dead body was kicked far into a mountain. As Gohan saw this, Gohan was enraged as he powered up, and he exceeded Super Saiyan God. He entered not Super Saiyan Blue, but his hair still spiked up to look like Super Saiyan 2, and he's not Super Saiyan Blue. He's Super Saiyan God Evolution. Yes, since Super Saiyan Blue had it, why can't Super Saiyan God have it? So Gohan basically bulked up, and his hair was even more spikier as he enters Super Saiyan God Evolution. As he starts fighting Cell, and he dominates Cell easily this time. And you're probably gonna be wondering, how did Goku and Piccolo not defeat Cell earlier? Well, they were trying, but Cell's a bit of a tricky opponent, since he has everyone's potential and all their abilities, and he's trying to be very crafty. So he's using all that craftiness that he has against Goku and basically Piccolo, even though they're great strategists. He basically overpowers them still, due to the fact that he has absorbed 3 androids instead of 2. With the extra boost in power, his power level is soaring above Goku and Piccolo's. But now that Gohan's in this Super Saiyan God Evolution, Gohan destroys Cell with a Kamehameha, and Cell was gonna escape, but Piccolo uses the special beam cannon and eradicates Cell with Gohan. So Cell is basically destroyed. When Gohan powers down, as he flies over to his dad, as he begins crying and sobbing. But Piccolo did gather the Dragon Balls just in case something bad like this would happen. And he summons not Purunga, but Shenron, and wishes Goku to be alive again. And that wish was granted, and Goku, well, was back to life, and yeah, that's basically it. And Gohan did not enter Super Saiyan. But during this time, Goku did manage to learn this ability that Gohan had, and Goku decided to train in the time chamber for for a whole 2 days, which is 2 years. With it's not with anyone. He actually just did it by himself this time. Actually training his power while everyone else in the outside world was training and continuing, as Gohan wanted to be a scholar, but he knew if anything like that ever happened again, well, he needs to be strong to protect his planet. So he basically still continued training and had motivation. So he's not gonna not know how to access Super Saiyan God. So yeah, he keeps up with his training, and so does Piccolo. But Goku, as he exits the time chamber, his power could be felt by Gohan and Piccolo. As his power was insane, Goku entered Super Saiyan Blue, and he managed to enter this during the first year, finishing of the year entering Super Saiyan Blue, and then continued the second year, well, trying to master it. And he didn't master it to the perfect degree, but mastered it to a good enough degree. So he's already above Canon Goku at this point. So yeah, he's at about pre-tournament of power Goku, Super Saiyan Blue, pre-tournament of power Goku, basically. Not Kaioken, because Goku doesn't have that, and yeah, you know the point. And Gohan gets pretty jealous of this, and he decides to ask Goku how he did it. And he says he doesn't know. He used anger and rage to access a new power. And he knows that accessing God Ki isn't through anger, but this time, anger, he just let anger flow through him. He remembered the time Cell took over his body and he died, and basically not Cell taking his body, but Cell killing him, which enraged, got Goku to be enraged as he just powered up and continued powering up to Super Saiyan Blue. And Gohan was impressed by this power, but he didn't have time to be too impressed because he was entering the tournament with Piccolo, and Goku decided to enter the tournament too. As Goku will be the leading force right now. What is that? Is that an airplane? Yeah, there's an airplane outside, but okay. Sorry for the background noises. But Goku will be stronger than Gohan and Piccolo. So, yeah, even with Gohan's hybrid potential, he's keeping up very well with Goku. But he's a bit behind Goku. And he's now ahead of Piccolo, so yeah. They enter the tournament, and not Yakon, but the two pawns of Bobbity were trying to steal energy, and Gohan still met Fidel and all that. But the two brothers were trying to steal energy from people, and Gohan doesn't have any Super Saiyan form or anything. He only has Super Saiyan God, and his opponent was Kibito, so they know what to do, and Goku was informed about this, but Goku thought of a better plan when they met up with Shin. And this plan would work perfectly as Gohan powers up, not into Super Saiyan God, but powers up in his base form, which would be at about the same level as Cell Saga Gohan in Super Saiyan 2. And this power was incredible as, well, the two tried to steal Gohan's energy, but Gohan basically powered up into Super Saiyan God as he used the God binding the two in place as he destroys the energy collector and basically blasts the two with his Ki blast, eliminating both the threats. As Gohan powers down and Shin and Kibito, well, we're happy for them, and we're not really happy, we're pretty upset since now they can't find where Bobbity is, but they fly off anyway. And well, Goku says that he'll be going with them, and Piccolo should stay to win the tournament because Chi-Chi would be pretty angry if they didn't come back with the prize money. So Piccolo stays, and Gohan and Goku decide to follow after Shin, and they basically started and found found Bobbity's basically hideout, and killed Deborah pretty easily. Then killed Pui Pui and Yakon. And Bobbity was next. But Bobbity tried to take over somebody's mind, but it didn't really work, and he just got ended. And Boo's egg was never revived. So they basically took the egg and left it in their planet. So yeah. Goku went back, and Piccolo won the tournament already, and he won the prize money, so we're all good. So the Buu Saga is clear. So now we move on to the God arc, basically. The Battle of the Gods or something, yeah. The Battle of the Gods. And Beerus woke up in like 39 years, right? After 39 years, Beerus finally woke up. And Beerus had a premonition of a Super Saiyan God that will rival his power. And that will be a strong rival for him. And he tells Whis about this. And Whis tells him there's two Super Saiyan gods that exist. And Beerus was happy, but before he can express his excitement, Whis tells him that there's also a strange Namekian with god abilities. So it looks like there's a Super Saiyan God and a god like Namekian. As Whis had never heard of any god like Namekian, so had Beerus in his time. So Beerus was rather interested. So they were basically they went down to Earth, and Bulma still had her party, and she settled with Yamcha, not well, not Vegeta since he's dead, and yeah. So Beerus came down, and they had a party. They let him in, and Goku and Gohan and everyone would know about him. Well, not everyone, just Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo would know about him since they were trained by Shin and Kibito. And Goku's basically like a Kai in training, but he's stopped being a Kai in training since Kibito was gonna be the Supreme Kai anyway. So well, during the time that there was a big time skip and the Buu saga ended, Goku and the rest started continuing their training, and their training went pretty well actually. Since Piccolo entered Super Namekian God Blue, he basically entered Namekian Blue. Yeah, so he has access to this power now, and he's a lot stronger. But Gohan entered Blue, which surpassed even Goku's Super Saiyan Blue, which made Gohan stronger than Goku. But Goku did continue his training, surpassing even Gohan, yet again mastering Super Saiyan Blue, and Gohan did not compete with Goku then, because Goku was ahead of Gohan now, due to his training, and Beerus asked them the question, which one of you three has the abilities of a god? And Goku doesn't know what Super Saiyan God is, or nothing like that, but since Shin told them about it during his time at Shin's planet, he knows what it is. So they all power up. No, they don't all power up right away, but Goku tells Beerus, well, Lord Beerus, we are all, godlike people. As Beerus raises an eyebrow saying, prove it then, and me and Whis will be the judge. As Goku, Gohan, and Piccolo basically yelling, as you can hear a deafening roar from all three of them as their auras change from their normal base aura to a fiery red aura, and then to a blue aura, to a bluish aura, as they transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, as Goku takes it further to Mastered Super Saiyan Blue. As Beerus was surprised to see such power. And the first one he was gonna fight was Piccolo. Since Piccolo was the weakest of them, he decided to fight Piccolo, and Piccolo put up the greatest fight that he could, and yeah, he still lost, but he tried to continue, but was knocked out with a neck chop as Goku catches him, and then Beerus decided to fight Gohan, and Gohan was growing incredibly fast during the fight, and Goku just transforms back into base, and Whis asked them, what was that blue head form? Since the red head form was Super Saiyan God, what was that blue head form? And Goku doesn't really know himself. But Shin told him there was a Super Saiyan form out there that could be accessed by rage, and Goku says to Whis that maybe we access Super Saiyan without knowing it. And Whis begins chuckling a little bit, saying, well, you Saiyans are quite surprising. As Gohan was continuing his fight, doing his best, as he was pushed back continuously, but Gohan had his fiery spirit began to be set ablaze as he continues fighting, and yet he's losing heavily as Gohan tries to take the fight even further. Gohan was defeated with a knee to the gut, blasting him straight down into the water as he collides with the water as he drops straight to the bottom. As Goku saves Gohan from drowning, and Gohan was knocked out. As Goku didn't like that too well, he transforms into his mastered Super Saiyan Blue, and with a bit of a rage boost, he fights Beerus, and Goku was giving Beerus a run for his money. Beerus was surprised to see such power from a mortal. The other two were strong, but this mortal was stronger. As Goku was fighting Beerus, Beerus was trying to push Goku's limits and try to test him. But even with this power, Beerus got used to the speed of Super Saiyan Blue and Namekian Blue, so he adjusted his speed to where Goku's at, and Goku tried his best, but was knocked back multiple times. As Goku was blasted straight into the water, as Goku he was getting basically demoralized. But he remembered his family, his friends, everyone he loved. This god of destruction could destroy them if he doesn't um give him a better fight. As Goku knows the risks, as he powers up, breaking his limits, as a blue aura could be seen from the water, as the aura basically blasts out of the water, as Goku powers up even further beyond Super Saiyan Blue to Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, and he accesses this form as Beerus was surprised. No human, well, no mortal has ever accessed this power. This power is unheard of from any mortal. And Beerus began chuckling, saying, "Well, son Goku, fight me at your full power." And Goku did, and Beerus had a lot of fun. But the fun was about to end as Beerus basically knocked Goku down, as he basically made multiple Hakais in a massive key blast with the Hakais, and he fused them together, making a massive Hakai key blast as he makes it descend upon the planet. And Goku knows if he touches it, he dies. But Goku powers up even further, getting enraged beyond belief, and he actually accesses a form that is known to us as Super Saiyan 3, but combined with God Ki and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. So he accesses Super Saiyan 3 Blue Evolution, and he basically yells Kamehameha, and he blasts the Kamehameha wave. And there was a bit of a key collision here, and they were trying to knock each other back, but Beerus had the upper hand, putting more power into his blast as he was about to destroy Goku altogether. But Gohan and Piccolo power up to their full power and blast their perspective blast at the Hakai blast, and they basically managed to break through it and make their blast go to Beerus. As the smoke clears, Beerus was unharmed. Beerus was perfectly fine as Goku powers down as he falls from the sky, as Gohan and Piccolo also fall from the sky, reverting back to their base forms as Beerus catches them, saying, "You three are strong, and I'll be glad to train you, but you have to give me some of your delicious delicacies before I can train you." As Goku chuckles a little bit, saying, "Well, that's a deal," as he passes out. And, yeah, that's basically how that arc went. And, well, the Universe 6 arc comes up next. The Universe 6 tournament, basically, and, it was a wash. Piccolo destroys Botamo, Frost, and then Kaba. Fighting Hit gets demolished. Gohan fights Hit, puts up a great fight, and weakens Hit to the greatest weaken to a very, very good. He basically weakens Hit to a great amount, giving Hit a lot of trouble, but Hit knocked Gohan out, and Goku's turn was up next, and Goku powers up to Super Saiyan Blue, and this power was ahead of even Gohan's at this point, and he basically just, well, knocks out Hit in his God form. Well, it doesn't transform into blue, as Hit already knows he can't win since he's already he's basically already tired, as Goku just decided to try and use Super Saiyan, as Goku just transforms into Super Saiyan, and his Super Saiyan form is very strong due to it having a bit of God Ki within it, as Goku punches Hit, and Hit basically does the thing as he did in canon, where Monaka punches him, and he fakes getting knocked out. That's what basically Hit did, and the person watching all this, Zeno appeared, and Goku was a bit more fearful of Zeno, but he decided to basically grow up hair and decided to talk to Zeno, and he was terrified. His knees were shaking. The man looked old as he was talking to Zeno, and well, he basically became friends with Zeno, and Goku was surprised that Zeno would even shake his hand. And the two gods passed out. Well, I need a water break for 1 second.